If somebody on the other side has a good idea, sure, we'll work with them. Donald Trump came out with an idea during his campaign. He said, you know what? Credit card interest rates, which in some cases right now are 20, 25%, should not be higher than 10%. Well, you know what? I agree with that. So we're going to introduce legislation to do that. We'll see if Mr. Trump is prepared to keep his word. And we're looking forward, and we will work with some Republicans on that issue. So where, Trump and Republicans make sense, happy to work with them. And we will be in vigorous opposition to many of their policies, which to me are extremely distasteful.
In a statement to Politico, Trump press secretary Caroline Leavitt wrote back in September, under Kamala Harris, credit card debt is at an all-time high as wages have not kept up with the pace of inflation. That's why President Trump has promised to cap interest rates at 10% to provide temporary and immediate relief for hardworking Americans who are struggling to make ends meet and cannot afford hefty interest payments on top of the skyrocketing costs of mortgages, rent, groceries, and gas, which goes further than a measure Bernie and AOC proposed in 2019, capping interest rates at 15%. So Bernie wants to see Trump put his money where his mouth is. I think we all do. And the same thing can be said of Bernie's thoughts on RFK Jr. and his plans in the Department of Health and Human Services. Kennedy faces a tough confirmation hearing, given his opposition to vaccines and plans to take on food giants and industry lobbyists. If confirmed, he has pledged to, quote, make America healthy again by tackling chronic disease. He promises to ban processed foods from school meals and remove food dyes from the U.S. food system, among other measures. And again, Bernie is game. Take a look.
A lot of what RFK is saying is kind of crazy and driven by conspiracy theories. Some of what he's saying is not crazy. I think the fact that in America now we have an obesity epidemic, 40% of adults are obese, 20% of kids are obese, and that is directly related to the epidemic we have in diabetes. So you have millions and millions of people struggling with diabetes. Many of them are overweight, and it is costing us an estimated $400 billion a year to deal with diabetes, a huge amount of money. So it goes without saying that anybody with a brain in his or her head wants to deal with issues, get to the cause of the problem. And I think processed food and the kind of sugar and salt that we have in products that our kids and adults are ingesting is an important part of addressing that crisis. When Kennedy talks about an unhealthy society, he's right.
Cenk, I want to bring you in here, get your thoughts on some of these other areas, but I am wondering, where's the outrage from the right over making school lunches healthier? I was told that when Michelle Obama pushed for it, that was government overreach. Where's the outrage?
Yeah, no. Of course, the hypocrisy is hilarious. They lost their minds because Michelle Obama was planting a garden. I mean, I've never seen anything more benign in my life, right? But now all of a sudden we're making America healthy again. But I always take the win. I never reject the win. If they want to do it, fantastic. Especially if they want to do it in the right way. So, and I love the way that Bernie is doing it, because he's saying the things that I disagree with them on, I massively disagree, and I think they're nuts. He's not holding back at all. He's not saying, oh, but the right wing is great in other ways. He's not doing the Lindsey Graham of ass kissing, right? He's just saying on that stuff, they're nuts. Hey, on that stuff, I agree. And again, as I've been saying all along, it's not just that we agree, it's that they're coming to our position. I love it. I'll take it. So, and pinpoint the places where we agree, focus on those. And by the way, while you're doing those, you're also taking time off the clock. So then it becomes harder to cut Medicare, Medicaid, and things that we want to protect, right? And so, and finally, yeah, high fructose corn syrup is something that's probably been destroying this country for a long time. It has to do with the subsidies that we give to corn farmers. And so if they actually look into that, it could do a lot of good for the country.
Yeah, I think taking the win is important. But like, we have to get to the win first, right? Like, they can say it. Trump will say anything, and RFK will say a lot of things. I want to see action. I want to see results. If they really want to cap credit card interest rate at 10%, great, because that's what keeps people in debt. I don't think they will, though. And I think the credit card lobby will help kill that if they try to pass that. But there's one way to do it, Cenk. There's one agency that you could do it in, the Consumer Finance Protection Bureau. But Elon Musk wants to kill that. So you have the tools, you have the resources already. Lean on it. If you want to do it, enact it. You have the agency who is already taking on the big banks and already taking on the credit card companies, but you want to kill it? So getting some mixed messaging, of course, on the food thing. It would be wonderful. We could see HHS take that on. I hope so. To some extent, I certainly don't want them to come anywhere close to vaccines and things that affect public health and disease prevention. Absolutely not. I am worried, though, that he might do that because that is such a pet issue for him. So if he does it, but the food lobby is extremely powerful. The corn lobby is extremely powerful in this country. It's making us all worse off. If we get it, sure, take the win. And that's the thing. Like, we've talked for a while about Medicare for all. If Trump calls it Trump care and gives us universal health care, I'll take it. I don't care, as long as we have it, because the outcome is good. But I think it's worth trying. I'm never going to knock Bernie for trying, because he believes in it. He's got nothing to lose on this. He's used to losing. If it happens, great. I'm just not optimistic.
All right, last two quick things is, so fun prediction time. If they actually try to reduce or cap the interest rate on credit cards, all of cable news will be against it. So then you'll see, okay, all of their division is fake, right? CNBC, part of the NBC group, will agree 100% with Fox News, and they will all start coming out and demagoguing. Oh, this is like Kamala Harris's price gouging. This is messing with the market. Oh, it'll actually drive people to have less loans. No, this is terrible. The credit card companies should be allowed to charge 25, 35, 55, 255% because they are our advertisers. I mean, we care about the American people. So you will see all of cable news united to attack Bernie and Trump if they actually do that. And that would be an interesting moment and a clarifying moment in this. And then on the last thing is the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau. Jordan's 100% right. Every right wing, left wing, and independent show I go on, I defend the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau as the cops on Wall Street. Okay, and you do not. And I tell the right wingers, you do not want to defund the police on Wall Street. Okay, because otherwise you're going to get a lot more robbers on Wall Street. I also defend Lena Khan and tell them monopolies kill free markets, which everyone acknowledges that's true. So make sure you protect the regulators that actually can go after the bad guys on Wall Street.
Thanks for watching. If you become a member, you get to watch all this ad-free, except for, of course, this ad. Still, hit the join button below.